Can't believe it. Already May, which is crazy. I feel like I've been saying that every month. This month, definitely check out astrojar.com. Also, have a bunch of announcements today. They're painting right behind me. So if you hear any weird noises, it's just painting. It's not, anything crazy. Also, if you'd like a custom May reading, or if you want to view my specials, just check out the link in the description below to get a reading with me. But let's see what is coming up with you, for you, this month of May. The other thing is that what people don't know, or well, if you've been watching me for a long time, you probably already know this because I used to share it, and then for whatever reason I stopped sharing it. But every month, before I do readings, I write down a bunch of things that kind of pop into my head for every single sign. And again, I used to share this. I used to put this in the videos. So like my older videos, I used to kind of talk about this more. Then I stopped for whatever reason, and then somebody asked me to bring it back. So I will also be kind of sprinkling that information into the reading as well. Like I said, what people don't realize, is that stuff always, every time before I do a reading, I meditate on the sign, I put that stuff in there, and it always shows up in the readings, but I guess I just don't make it, known that that's what I'm doing sometimes. So you start off with the Joker, which is funny because I put down on the sheet here on my information for you that it would be a busy month, and it's definitely going to be a busy month for you as well. I think for you this month, I think it's going to be a busy month for everybody. Energy very forward moving, so I think people will kind of feel better at this time as well and kind of be able to move forward. Also, I feel like you will be able to work through health issues and things like that. That's definitely popping up for me. As well as here I sit with allergies and I can't breathe. So, definitely something to focus on as well. But really good card of being very busy. Next, you have the King of Clubs. I feel like, well, number one, this is you showing up in a very strong position for the month and being able to get a lot done. But I also just feel like you will be able to spot opportunities for things in a better way as well. Again, I put that down on my piece of paper there as well for you, is that opportunities and actually spotting things that are good opportunities is going to be something that's good, something that you will be able to do this month as well. Also very confident. This is a card of confidence and being very confident at this time. It's also a card of forward movement and being able to move forward and get things, kind of moving forward. So it is a very good card for that. And again, I put all that, all that. I probably could just do this. This is probably the secret that nobody knows, is that, again, I could probably just do this every single month. And, the cards pretty much always say the same thing that's on my paper. But definitely a very confident card. Next, you have the Queen of Hearts. Very good card for starting something new, and a very good card for kind of being able to start something new that works out as well. It's also a great card for just starting kind of some sort of new process in your life. And again, that's something that pretty much for everybody, again, like I said, when I do this process, I sit down, I do all the signs, I meditate on all the signs, and write down all the information that comes in. And one of the major overarching themes this month was that people were going to be able to start processes to get things done. And what I gathered from that is that people were going to be able to just like come up with ideas to pay off debts, for example, and just come up with a better way of doing it than maybe what they've been doing in the past. So I think this is a great card for kind of following some sort of process, kind of creating something that improves your life in some way. It doesn't have to be paying off debt. It could be anything. Like I said, anything that improves your life, health, fitness, whatever, but definitely a good card for doing those things. Next, you have the Eight of Hearts. Again, seems to be a very good love month for everybody, and it's something that's popped up a lot. Amazing card for socializing as well. You do have the word social, I wrote down on your piece of paper, so very social this month, probably very busy. I do think that probably that you're part of the sky, meaning basically from Pisces to you, I would say just the two signs there at the end. Well, beginning and end, whatever you want to call it, will be very social this month, and probably, especially if you haven't been socializing a lot, I think that there will be a lot more social opportunities for you at this time. I feel like these social opportunities could lead to love as well for a lot of you, so if you're looking for love, definitely it would probably be through socializing. And it's funny because at the beginning of the year, I said to Pisces that I felt like if Pisces was going to find love, it would be through some sort of social opportunity, or socializing. Could even be social media, could be anything. But, again, I would say get out there and try to meet people at this time. Next, you have the Seven of Spades. Internal fears that don't exist. I would say that anything we want to do, there is some sort of fear, probably the fear of authority, I would say. So, like, the best example I can give is, like, the IRS, right? A lot of us might have IRS debts, or we might have to pay the IRS at this time or something. But maybe we don't have the money, right? And so maybe we're trying to figure that out, but maybe we're, like, afraid to call the IRS to get it taken care of. And this card here says, you know, don't be afraid to do those things. Don't be afraid to face authority. And again, this is very astrological to me. To me, this shows up in the astrology, exactly what I'm saying. So, you know, don't be afraid of authority, and don't be afraid to kind of reach out to people or to reach out to authorities, because I actually think they'll be very helpful at this time. And again, internal fears that don't exist, you know, so probably being able to find out that reaching out to one of these authority figures could actually be very helpful, and there would be no fear there. Again, that's just one example. Could be anything. Could be a problem at work. Could be anything. I've been telling people, it's weird because, you know, at these times I've had a lot of people come to me and tell me, like, asking me questions about things that are hidden about themselves, and they're worried about these things coming up. And I've been telling people, you know, it's a really good time to be very open and honest, because anything that we try to hide is probably going to come out at this time. There's just too much stuff in the astrology. I mean, especially I see Pluto and Capricorn, I'm like, you know, we have to be extremely open and honest, especially once Pluto starts moving towards the end of Capricorn. That's when I think things will get more serious. You know, again, just something to think about. Next, you have the Ten of Spades. Changes and experiencing changes this month. Changes coming in for you at this time. And also could be travel. Very good card for travel and kind of traveling to new locations as well. And you know, I would say anything involving travel is what's coming up here. Also could be potentially thinking about moving. Although I think for most of you, if you're going to be moving, it's probably in the future. And finally, Three of Hearts, card of, you know, just happiness. I always say this is just an indicator card to me. It just kind of sets the tone for the direction of the reading. And Three of Hearts says positive, things moving positively in a positive direction for you. So it looks like a really good month for you. I would say also the only other thing that I didn't touch on that came up on the sheet of paper there was to stand up for yourself this month as well. I mean, I could argue that the King of Clubs is, you know, kind of a card of standing up for yourself because it is a card of confusion and not being sure what to do. And that could be that you are confused because it's like you want to do something, and maybe like your boss or somebody around you says, no, you can't do that. And you're like, well, I thought they were going to say yes. So this is a card of just doing it anyway or coming up with some other solution, but definitely time to stand up for yourself as well. But it looks like a really good month here. So thank you for watching. And again, if you want a May custom reading, link in the description below.